Kia ora and welcome to the 235 Club. We're up to number 11 of the 235 Club. Of course, this is the Fallow trophies. We've also done the Sika, the Rusa, Samba and Whitetail, and the Wapiti and the Moose. So make sure you're sharing this with your mates, with your hunting mates. I'm sure they'll appreciate hearing the stories behind some of New Zealand's best trophies. This buck is from Wanganui, the Pipiriki area, 2002, and it was shot by Christopher B. White. So for those out there that say there's nothing up the Wanganui, check this one out. 29 and 6 long by 30 and 6 long, 31 inch spread, and the span is 21 and 6. The beams are 3 and 4 by 3 and 3. The coronets are 6 and 3 by 6 and 3. The brow tines are 8 and 1 by 9 and 2. They are juicy. The trays are 5 by 7 and 2. The guard tines are 5 and 6 by 6 and 4. The remaining palm points by number, of course, is 7 by 8, being an 11 by 2. Length without points, nice and even, 17 and 2 by 17 and 1. The width without points is 5 and 7 by 7 and by 5 and 4, and the width with points is beautifully even at 7 and 7 by 7 and 1. Total for this puppy is 243. So this is a bit of a stonker. What's more, it was Chris White's first attempt to hunt fallow deer, and he and his companion had only 2 days to spare in the Pipiriki area of the Wanganui catchment. During the late afternoon of April 4, the pair had heard the rutting call of a fallow buck coming from the direction of a clearing in a stand of manuka scrub about 1 kilometre away, but on the far side of a deep gorge. White glassed the area of the clearing until darkness was approaching, managing to pick up a buck and about a dozen does with fawns at foot. By that time, it was too late to take any positive action. The following morning, the two hunters were away before daylight, travelling to the far side of the gorge and taking about an hour to reach the vicinity of the clearing on which they had observed the animals the previous evening. The running call of a buck from the vicinity of the clearing drew their attention. He was lying down with several other animals in close proximity. White stalked in as close as he dared until he was confronted by a steep face to his left and deer all around him. He waited patiently until the buck eventually rose to his feet, obviously with the intention of heading for the nearby cover. At one point he was silhouetted against the sky, White taking advantage of this and going for the shot. The buck faltered and then disappeared from sight. An excited hunter took off in the direction to find him down near the edge of the manuka. A second shot, securing the magnificent trophy. And what an introduction to fallow hunting that is in the legendary Wanganui. Awesome stuff there, Christopher. Next we've got Rodney W. Smith, another feral range which previously hasn't had much of a reputation, but this one comes in at number 12, the Albury Range, shot in 2002. So make sure you're listening to that, and make sure you've left a rating for us there on whatever podcast app you're listening to. Cheers. Kia ora, you're listening to the 235 Club, the New Zealand Big Game Record Series, The Fallow Deer, Volume 3, written and compiled for the New Zealand Deer Stalkers Association Incorporated by D. Bruce Banwell. Volume 3 of the series of New Zealand Big Game Trophy Records, written and compiled by D. Bruce Banwell on behalf of the New Zealand Deer Stalkers Association Incorporated. Published by the Halcyon Press, a division of Halcyon Publishing Limited, PO Box 360 Auckland, 1015 New Zealand, printed through Collarcraft Limited, Hong Kong. The copyright D. Bruce Banwell, 2003, first published 2003, all rights reserved.